In this video, we will show you how to replace your washer fluid reservoir on this Nissan Maxima. This will be located behind your front bumper cover, but we're starting under the hood. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we need to mention is we will have to raise and support and remove the right front wheel, so make sure you're in a safe area to do so. Let's start under the hood. The first thing we need to do is remove the filler neck from our washer fluid reservoir. For this, if you were to just go ahead and reach inside this circular port, take hold of the filler neck, and turn it counterclockwise a slight amount, you should be able to lift it straight up and out once it's in the unlocked position. Now, it's going to be fairly difficult to see what's going on down in here, so I'm going to show you on the brand new one, but first let's get this out of here. Now here's our brand new washer fluid tank and our filler neck. Deep down inside that area is where the lock is located that I had mentioned, so we just went ahead and took hold of the top of the fill, twisted it counterclockwise. You can see where the lock just twisted over here. Now we can lift it up and out of position. Of course, the tank is mounted to the vehicle, so you don't have to worry about holding onto that. And I just slid it up and out. Now the next thing we're going to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so we can remove our passenger side front wheel. To do that, you're going to find that you have 5 21mm lug nuts to remove. Now that we've removed the wheel, we have a clear view of our inside fender liner and our side engine cover. We're going to start dislodging this. You're going to find that it has 6 push clips. There's 5 along the upper area here, but there's also 1 down along the bottom of the subframe, so let's start there. Using my trim tool here, start removing the center. There we are. Out of here. Now there's going to be 2 more along the front area here, holding this panel to our fender liner. That one. Okay. Get all those out of there. Let's go ahead and start pulling this out of place. You may have to flex it as needed. Now, from under the front corner of the vehicle, some vehicles will have a plate that makes its way across the entire center, which will have push clips holding it in place to the shield that we're going to be dislodging. Our vehicle does not have one, but if yours does, just go ahead and remove those 2 push clips and dislodge that shield from this area. Continuing on, as far as the fender liner is concerned, you're going to find that there's 3 Phillips head screws holding this in place to the bumper cover. Let's remove all 3 of those. Now you should be able to take hold of this, and we're going to pull it out and away from the bumper cover. If we want to just separate this, we should be able to pull it down. There we are. Let's make our way back into that wheel well. In the wheel well, you're going to find that we have several push clips that we're going to dislodge. We'll start down at the bottom area here. There's that one. One out of here. That's 2. We're holding on to that fender liner. Let's get this next one all the way up along the top here. Now we should be able to take hold of that fender liner and either pull it towards the brakes, or if you find that it's a little bit easier, you can also flex this and bring it up and over the brakes, holding it out of the way so we can gain access up in this area. Now we have the fender liner out of the way. We're making our way inside this area. This is where we can see our washer fluid reservoir. We're going to start with our wiring harness, which is attached right up in this area. It does have a couple locking tabs that are on this, which would be accessed from the inboard side. It's fairly difficult to gain access to those from this position, so I'm just going to gently pry it out of place. I'll be using a trim tool. You can use pretty much anything as a prying device. And keep in mind, if you do happen to break this, you can use a wire tie to reattach it in the installation process. There we are. Now, right next to where we just dislodged that wiring harness, as we make our way towards the body of the vehicle, you're going to find a 10mm headed mounting bolt. We can remove this. There's that. Now, before we go too much further with the washer fluid tank itself, let's start dislodging the front bumper cover from the fender. Up in this corner right here, you're going to find a 10mm headed mounting bolt. Let's get that out of there. Now let's take hold of the bumper cover. We're going to start separating it along the fender and along the headlight here. We are not fully removing the bumper cover. We just need to dislodge it so we can make our way up and behind this area. Now we can start pulling this away. Let's start disconnecting our electrical connector for our washer fluid pump. It has a small locking tab. Just go ahead and squeeze that in, disconnect it. Quick inspection for corrosion. Move along to our next connector. This one's for the level sensor. Push in on that locking tab. Quick inspection. Now we have a mounting point for that wiring harness leading over towards where our fog lamp is. For this, you can try to pry it out of place. You can easily gain access to the back side of this. It's pretty much the same as the other one. For this, it has two locking tabs. I'm just going to use my 10mm socket. We're going to press in on those locking tabs from along the back side. I'll show you exactly what it looks like once I do have it separated. I just took my socket, went right over those tabs, and it pressed right out. Slides right on there. It's very simple. Now is a good time to start draining our washer fluid reservoir. We can see there's still fluid in this one. We have a collection receptacle, so we can recycle or reuse this fluid as necessary. Just going to try to break this free using a small pick. Be careful for that hose. Your kit does come with a new hose if you need to replace it. There we are. We're continuing on up here. We can just dislodge that rubber hose from here. Now we have two more 10mm headed mounting bolts. There's one that's going to be located over here in the wheel well. This will be the last one that we're removing. The next one that we will remove is actually right up in here. It's tucked all the way in up against the body of the vehicle. Let's make sure we're holding onto that reservoir for our last mounting bolt here. Now we can pull this out of position. As we start pulling it away, it's going to have to come towards the bumper cover, out and away from the vehicle. Let's go ahead and pull it over. There it is, friend. Prior to installation, let's just make sure we clean up the mounting area, especially along where our mounting hardware would be located. Okay, friend, now it's time to install our brand new washer fluid reservoir. Firstly, we want to make sure we have the filler neck out of position. If it is attached to the tank, you just want to go ahead and dislodge it. You know exactly what to do because we had to do this to remove it in the first place. Let's go ahead and get it right off of there. Continuing on, we're going to start getting this in position towards the body of the vehicle. Looking along the inboard side, we can see that we do have one alignment tab. This tab is the reason why we had to slide this out towards the bumper to be able to remove this from the vehicle. Now, as we bring this up into position, that alignment tab will go in this larger circular port. Let's just flex this. Okay. Should slide in there fairly easily once you have that aligned. Now let's align this so we can start in all of our mounting bolts before tightening any of them. Let's make our way up here for our next one. And now we have our last mounting bolt. That's going to be up in this corner here, a little bit more difficult to gain access to. Now it's time for our third mounting bolt. This one's going to be located deep inside this area, up along the top of that washer fluid tank. Now for this, if you were to just start it onto your 10mm, you might find that it falls out fairly easily. If you just take a small piece of paper, lay it over the top of your 10mm socket, and then press your bolt down inside of this, that should hold it on there for you. Now while I'm holding that, I'm just going to remove any excess. We should be able to get this installed without the bolt falling out. Now let's snuggle up. Tight. Let's continue on to our next two mounting bolts here. Now up in this area, we have our wiring harness to resecure. As for that wiring harness, we're going to have to mount it into the port that's located along the side of that washer fluid reservoir. You can see it right up in here. Just going to get that aligned and then we'll press it in. There we are. It looks like it's aligned now. You can either press it in straight through there. I'm just going to come through here with my tool. There we are. A light tug on that, making sure it's secure. Now we can move along to our electrical connectors. The level sensor is the white connector. Line it up, press it on. Squeeze that together. Listen for a click from that. Make sure it's secured in place. Washer pump. Get the black connector. Should want to line up and slide on there. Let's get that washer fluid hose in place. Press that on there as far as possible. Just give that a tug, it should not fall out of place. Speaking of securing things, let's make our way up here on the hose. Press that in as well. You got a little white line, tells you approximately where you need to be. Now it's time to resecure the bumper cover. Let's make sure we have it properly aligned along the headlamp and making its way up along the fender. This looks good, so let's press it in. Time for our 10mm bolt. In the corner of the bumper, we have to install our 10mm headed mounting bolt. Let's get this in place, start it in by hand, snug it up. Just press in on that bumper if necessary. Make sure it's secured in place. One last quick inspection in this area, we can reinstall our fender liner. Now we can install our plastic push pins. Start in the top center here. Press in the outer portion, lock it in by pressing in the center. Now let's make our way underneath the front bumper cover. Now when you're under here, we want to make sure that we have our fender liner along the top of the bumper cover, and we're going to try to line each one of our mounting bolt ports here. Before tightening any of these, you definitely want to make sure they're all started in so everything aligns properly. Now, if you have the center cover that makes its way across this area, go ahead and install that now. Otherwise, make your way back into that passenger side wheel well. In this area, it's time for our splash shield. Start bringing this into position. We'll flex it in. Along the back side of the flex hose is a common area for this to get stuck, so we're just going to go ahead and try to flex that as necessary. Align your push pin ports. Let's get our next one in here. We've got just 3 more push pins here. This next one in here. Now we can make our way underneath this area for our final push pin. Now as we make our way underneath this area, we're going to start attaching our strap to the subframe here. We have the port. Just go ahead and align it. We'll put in our push clip. Now it's time to install our right front wheel. We'll get this in position. Start on all 5 of our 21mm lug nuts, get the wheel back on the ground, and we can torque each of these to 83 foot-pounds. Now we've got the wheel back on the ground, let's torque these in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Let's make our way back up under the hood. Now it's time to install the filler neck. The one thing we're going to pay attention to on this is just the one alignment tab. That's going to be facing straight out towards the fender. If you have a hard time looking in here, just essentially have it facing out straight towards the fender as I mentioned. We'll press it down into its corresponding slot. And now I'm going to turn it clockwise to lock it in, and this cover should be facing towards the engine. Just go ahead and give that a quick wiggle. We're trying to lift it up and out of position. It should not fall out of place. Now it's time to fill it with your preferred washer fluid. Now once you have that topped off, go ahead and close the lid in this area. After that, close the hood, hop in the passenger compartment, and test the functionality of your washer fluid pump and the nozzles, making sure washer fluid makes its way to the windshield. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.